Star Wars,
Yeah.
where the entire drama in the whole galaxy is because of one family,
Right, exactly.
all the Skywalkers.
Right, it's like the Kardashians in LA. I'm Ben Berman. I'm the Chief Operating Officer here at Choice Collectibles. We're the publishers of Marvel Fine Art and the licensed retailers of virtually every other brand under the sun.
Okay.
So choicecollectibles.com, or we can be called at 201-943-1755.
Right. All right. So obviously we have a larger Marvel theme here that's going on right now. Can you? So why did you guys choose to present Marvel here at WonderCon this year?
Well, so for us, because we have a hand in producing it, we work with the artists from the idea inception in most cases, all the way to printing and framing.
Okay.
Of course, we're going to feature our featured products. Basically, it's kind of a no-brainer. But I think, fortunately, I mean, right behind you have Batman, Alex Ross. It's the variety of pieces that really kind of makes it for us. So something as, you know, as on an entry level, let's say, as a Marvel lithograph, matted up, so you have a piece of fine art in your home for just $49.99, comes with a certificate of authenticity, only 250 or 1,000 depending on the edition in the entire world. And when you think in the entire world, for a collector, that's not that many. So at just $49.99, you have a piece of fine art, all the way up to many thousands of dollars for our more higher end collectors. And then also, we try to stay true, to our base, where we started out as a company that was just one portfolio of animation art 20 years ago, and we're now,
It's definitely growing.
Certainly, I don't want to say we're a powerhouse, but we kind of are in our sector, and our aspirations are even greater. We're moving on to video game licenses. We're moving on to movie licenses. So we already have what's probably the best license in the world in Marvel, and many of the others as far as retailing. Now we're just continuing to build on that platform and bring our fans, who happen to be fans of both movies, video games, the comic books themselves, and then of course original animation art. So I'm going to bring a piece over if you don't mind.
Go ahead.
Something we're very proud of is an original production cell like this. And what's cool about it is the animation used to be obviously like a flip book.
Yes.
And it was translucent, so you didn't have to do the background over and over again. But it's very cool because you see the actual piece of history that you're buying. This is one snapshot from the cartoon, right? You can see the production notes on it. And when you buy it, that is a piece of history you've bought, right? That is a little sliver of animation history you can own in your home. So starting from there has been a really exciting thing, and obviously it's spawned this massive variety of products that we now bring to the public.
One question about artwork. So I know in like some, most known with like some Disney ones, there's like hidden images of human genitalia. And so are there any pieces in here that you feel like the artist may have tried to sneak it in, or have you guys tried to make sure that's not happening?
So, that's a funny question. You said there were going to be no curveballs. This one is a little bit of a curveball, no pun intended. But I think it's less phallic, if you will, like some of maybe the art that's been kind of, on a BuzzFeed or something. I think what's interesting are the Easter eggs that actually find themselves, today is actually Easter, so another no pun intended, but that find themselves into the pieces. For instance, we have a piece of Superman, and there's basically like a flaming comet. And if you just look at it, you won't notice, but inside the comet is a baby Superman in a capsule, right? So that kind of thing I think is very interesting because it's family friendly, it's PG, but it also allows you to look deeper into the art. And I think also it's less about hidden negativities or jokes, and more about hidden details that really make the piece. So for instance, in this piece right here, I think something that the casual observer may not see is, okay, amazing facial construction, amazing detail generally speaking, but if you look here, in the metal there's a reflection. That's a level of detail that you kind of have to look even closer to see. So to answer your question in kind of another curved way, I think that it's the specific minute details that are within virtually every piece we have that really make it kind of on another level, where it's not a joke, it's actually very serious, that the artist has put forethought into it and made it even more special than it already is.
Do you yourself have like maybe a personal artist or a favorite still or image that you have, or?
You know, I have a lot of favorites.
Okay.
It's kind of like picking your children.
Yes.
It's a little unfair since we deal with so many. I would say that Tim Rogerson is one. He does an amazing take, a cubist take, almost a Picasso-like take on the Marvel world. He was also a D23 featured artist. He's a tremendous Disney fine artist, Marvel fine artist, and obviously we have his art in both cases. I'd also say Gabriele Delato, an Italian artist. So I think what's most exciting about Gabriele Delato is he takes kind of the core concepts of the Spider-Man universe and really implements them into the art with the dark hues, you know, the very lifelike Spider-Man and Venom. And I think you get kind of the raw power on the page. What's exciting to us is we had a canvas version and we now have a giclée on paper. Now giclée is the finest type of printing there is. If you look at it, I mean, if you look at any of these, in fact, you can almost say, well, is that an original or is that a print? And that's kind of what we're going for. A poster doesn't have that same effect. So it's a slightly higher end product, but to many of our collectors and fans worldwide, it's worth it. It holds up the test of time. The image quality is that much greater. And it's a spectacular thing where, okay, that poster is cool, but if you have a giclée in your house, your friends come over, and immediately there's that wow factor.
It's definitely a conversation.
Right. Oh, totally. I mean, our fans constantly say to us, and the nice thing is, I told you about the portfolio before, we're built kind of outwardly as a family. You know, we had talked about the Star Wars universe being based on one family. We just look at it as an extended family with our collectors, with our employees, with our team members. Why that's so exciting is they're constantly giving us feedback on the art and also kind of telling us stories about how people will come to their houses and say, wow, you know, that's an amazing piece. Where'd you get that? And that's our best source. You know, advertising is great, but our goal is to get art in as many places as possible. And that's why we work with our fans. We have interest-free layaway. We have, you know, we'll sometimes have special deals simply because we want to get it in people's homes. So if you have an amazing piece hanging in your home, someone's going to come over to your house and say, oh my gosh, where'd you get that? Right? So from a business perspective, and because we're fans ourselves, our greatest joy is making our fans happy, because I think that happiness is infectious. Excited, thrilled, satisfied customers and collectors are the type that will then go to bat for you when you need them. When you need a referral, when you need a testimonial, or more importantly, when you just need someone, you know, to attend a special event, which we do many of and have one coming up in May. So I think with the launch of our new website, we're going to have the capacity to interact with our fans in an even greater way.